I had worked drugs years and years ago in another state, and I always brag that we never saw heroin in my community. 2.5 years ago, that all changed.
Yeah, I worked narcotics for about 8 years, and it was pretty clear, obviously, then that I was expecting someone else to kind of fix the problem of an individual that had a substance use disorder once I took them to jail, and that obviously wasn't happening because those same people were being arrested over and over again.
About 11 years ago now, just at a staff meeting, it was brought to my attention, as well as the others in the staff, that we were having an inordinate number of opioid overdoses and fatality overdoses, mainly in our young people. An increasing number of those individuals that were actually dying from prescription pill overdoses.
So mostly heroin, but it's interesting in talking to the individuals that come in through our program, a good 75% of them started with prescription opioids. It's a problem that kind of progresses from a prescription that was prescribed to them by a doctor, and they maybe ended up abusing it, or they were getting it on the street, and then when that got too expensive, they turned to heroin, which is much cheaper.
So it became a matter of economics for a lot of people, that pills remained relatively expensive. When there was that big demand for an opioid, somebody filled that demand with the supply, and that supply happened to be heroin. And that has rolled into fentanyl.
Yeah, it touches everybody. I mean, there's no one socioeconomic group that it gets, or race. It doesn't matter. Clergy, nurses, it gets everybody.
It really is an equal opportunity addictor. It affects the young, the old, and everybody in between. A lot of the addicts that we see, people that are addicted to opioids, they started with a legitimate medical prescription due to a surgery, a sports injury, a car crash, whatever the case may be.
2015, I started looking at the data that was across the nation, and I could see up in the northeastern part of the United States, they were having some real problems with the opioid problem with people overdosing. And so it hadn't really struck down here with a vengeance yet. So I really was just trying to be proactive and try to get something in place before it got out of hand here.